Let me paint you a portrait as myself described to you. The heartless, brainless dummy that I pretend that I feel too. You see, I feel some empty pits inside that need some loving too. So I have this method I like to call making me seem like dirt, because in creating the facade that I'm not worth it, you don't expect too much from me. And when I pleasantly surprise you as myself, it's okay that I am me. In fact, myself is better, amazing, a prize, in comparison to the other, so I break me down to build me up in a terrorizing cycle. But the problem lies in my lies that compromise who I could be if I didn't discriminate against the hate that controls and operates my human entity. My self-deprecating teachings always leave me reaching for something new. But walking backwards in direction only gets you farther from going uphill. So hello, my name is Jenna. I would like to show you this portrait of myself. I hold the paintbrush now and always, and I paint the truth from here on out, here on out, here on out, here on out, here on out.
These used to be my favorite toys to play with as a kid.
Count the toys in the cup.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Count the toys in the cup.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Count the toys in the cup.
Seriously, again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It disguises itself as neat, orderly, or clean, but nothing is organized about the thoughts that it places in your brain. It's more than just symmetrical aesthetics. That's just society's misconception. How pathetic. Misinformation is a vicious cycle indeed, but with each compulsory, conflicting action I do, I end up back at square one.
Count the toys in the cup.
What?
Count the toys in the cup. Count the toys in the cup.
And what if I don't?
You die.
Jeez. Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Happy now? Okay, where was I? But the reality is, with each compulsory, conflicting action I do, I end up back at square one with the same thoughts to instill. So I try to ignore them.
Hop on one foot. Hop on one foot.
I try to reject them. I try to silence them. And sometimes I succeed. This moment of relief leaves me with just one moment finally to be able to
Hop on one foot.
to breathe. Before I'm once again repeating patterns of such precision. What is it now?
Hop on one foot.
And what's my consequence this time?
You will break your foot the next time you walk downstairs.
Ouch. Okay, fine.
Count the toys in the cup.
This is getting frustrating. Can I get someone to come up here and help me? Sure. Whenever I say go, can you just start hopping on one foot, and then you just count the toys in the cafe, so there's 5 in there, and hopefully it'll keep them quiet enough for me to finish this. Okay? Okay, go. Sometimes I like to explain it as blackmail you do to yourself. Like these rules you made that are meant to be followed, or else. But, or else what, is the question I challenge. However, the interruptions still linger, no matter how hard I send them away. It's a struggle, you see, to resist the temptation when it continues to scream and threaten damnation. The fear takes over and tears away at me until I complete whatever it is requested of me.
Count the toys in the cup.
Hop on one foot.
Ignore them, ignore them, ignore them. They say that ignoring them is how you silence the nagging urges. So I shape my behavior to fit into what is normal.
Count the toys in the
But
cup.
normal is terrifying and the world is unsafe. So I
Hop on
tuck
one
myself into my comfort space. So whether I'm standing here counting or washing my skin to the bone,
Count the
trying wide
toys in
awake
the
at
cup.
night to try to resist myself from harm.
Hop on one foot.
I try to ignore them, they get quieter that way. But when this is the
Count the toys
only
in the
reality
cup.
you've ever known, it's just so hard to bring yourself to
Hop on
make
one
it
foot.
stop!
Please applaud. Now.
This used to be one of my favorite songs to listen to. It's called, it's from a show called Title of Show, which is basically a show within a show written about a show. And this is called Die Vampire Die. And basically the song's about like your creative self-expression and all of the voices that, of critics you might have. There are some people in the world who say that writing stories or composing music or dancing sparkly dances is easy for them. Nothing interferes with their ability to create. While I celebrate their creative freedom, a little part of me wants to punch those motherfuckers in the teeth. I sing this song for you guys and for all the rest of us. Help me out, y'all.
Wilson, back up!
You have a story to tell, a novel you keep in a drawer.
Old sock drawer.
You have a painting to paint, but you're lazy like an old French whore. Je suis whore. You have a movie to make, shrinky dinks you can bake, but you best grab a steak, cause in sweep the vampires, in creep the vampires, knee deep vampires filling you with doubt, insecurity about what your art should be in. Go the vampires, die vampire. You sketched that turtle you saw in an ad on late night cable TV.
Tippy turtle!
But your fourth grade teacher said you can't draw. All those vampires won't let you be.
Fuck you, Miss Johnson. Word.
And when they come on like hell, see those rats in your bell. Oh, then call on Van Helsing in swoosh, in whoosh, baba ganoush, filling you with thoughts of subconsciousness, feelings of worthlessness. They'll make you second guess die vampire.
There are so many vampires inside, outside, and nationwide. It helps to recognize them with this vampire hunting guide.
Listen closely. A vampire is any person or thought or feeling that stands between you and your creative self-expression. But they can assume many seductive forms. Here's a few of them.
Tell us, Jenna.
First up are your pygmy vampires. They'll swarm around your head like gnats and say things like,
Your teeth need whitening. You go to state school?
Sound.
Shakespeare.
Soda high.
That's Sedaris.
Did before you and better than you. Or they might say that you do not sing good enough to be in a musical. Or they might say,
Your song is repetitive. Your song makes me tired. Your song is repetitive and it doesn't rhyme.
to keep that song from you, but tell them, die vampire, die. Brothers and sisters, next up is the air freshener vampire. It might look like a tiny precious moments angel with a small can of Febreze in his ceramic hands. If it smells something unpleasant to what you're doing, it'll urge you to take kind, fresh smells. The air freshener vampire doesn't want you to write about
Bad language.
or blowjobs. I want you to clean it up and clean it out, which will leave your toothless, gutless, and crotchless butt. You'll be left with 2 tight paragraphs on kitchen things that your mom would be so proud of. You look at that air freshener vampire and her sweet cheek, doe-eyed, judgy fucking face. And you say, Morte, vampire, morte. The last vampire is the mother of all vampires, and that is the vampire of despair. It'll wake you up at 4 a.m. to say things like,
You sound like an idiot.
nobody cares what you think.
No matter how hard you try, you'll never be good enough.
Why is it if some dude walked up to me on the subway platform and said these things, I would think he was a pretentious asshole. But if the vampire inside my head says it, it's the voice of reason.
You have a story to tell, pull your novel out of that sock drawer.
You have a painting to paint, you must paint it and then paint some more. Oh baby, you must escape, then grab it by the nape of its neck, by the trachea, fucking break it, go on, try mistaken, now there's no mistaking, now you're shaking, bacon. Die, vampire, I said die, vampire, I said die, vampire, die. In fly the vampires, oh my, the vampires in, die, the vampires filling you with life, creativity, oh, that your art should be at. Though the vampires die, vampire, die, vampire, die, vampire, die. I just love this song. It's so fun. What else can I find? Oh my god. I've had this bear since I was a really young kid. It's basically been an extension of me as a child. I used to bring it to school, to the store, and it was just my favorite thing to have. And what's this? Apparently, it also works as a good hiding spot at some point then. So I brought this chest out originally to search for a purpose. I wanted to find something that would maybe jog a memory or remind me of a time that, I don't know, I felt meaningful or something. However, my luck so far has not been that great. Maybe I should just accept that I am inevitably a piece of shit. That's kind of funny actually, because if I actually thought I was a piece of shit, why would I be searching for a purpose in the first place? I'm a contradiction. One that feeds off of self-hating thoughts. But by self-hating, I mean self-loving. And by self-loving, I mean treating myself once or twice or 4 times a week to an impulsive spending spree. You can find me listening to music alone in my car, or at a loud concert, which in a sense is me listening to music alone in my car. I once screamed, "Catch me if you can," while running from a cloud. I ran past it 7 times before I let it tag me back, and since then I've been on the continual chase. But I have still yet to regain the feeling of my feet on the ground. Sometimes when it rains, I like to drink from the puddles, hoping to cleanse myself from the dirt of my mind and the rocks in my stomach. You think that it's mad, but it can't be more mad than being constantly angry. But by angry, I mean whatever you want it to be. And by whatever you want it to be, I mean I will let you fill in the blank of any line in this poem and create your own mad-lib version of my life. Painting me as, I don't know, toxic, manipulative, or sour. I will let the words tumble from your tongue onto my blank body canvas and paint me with the colorful words that sting welts into my skin. And I will thank you. If I thank you, I mean, I apologize. And by apologize, I mean, what do I know? What I know is isn't that I love you. Or that I hate you. Or that I hate myself for loving you. And I know that a cloud cannot be chased when it's millions of miles away, but I will continue to be guided by it until the end of time. I know that cleansing your filth with more dirt creates a cloud of dust in your lungs, so suffocating you become unable to breathe. But I'd still lend you my last breath if you asked for it. And I know that smiling while your skin bleeds doesn't make it hurt any less. But I'll continue to smile even when it burns because it's the only mask I've ever truly known. But by mask, I mean me. And by me, I mean who?
911, what's your emergency?
Hello? I lost it. Can you help me? It's myself. There was a pretty vase all placed up on the shelf, but then it fell and it scared because somehow it made me feel like I wasn't the only thing that was broken. With edges sharp like the blade that cuts through my grass, my arms, they cannot take it back, so I'm frozen without a coat, choking on the saliva that boils in my throat. Please help me. I'm tired of doing this alone. I sabotage myself in toxic ways, hoping that someone will notice my coping is not so good. I want to lay out in the street at night and unravel myself in the gravel. I'm not perfect, but damn, I try. And with every failure, it feels like I'm nothing, just a body taking up space on this earth. I never meant for this to get so much worse, but here I am. My last resort. Save me from the soul that tells me don't grow old. I have stories to be told. I don't want to end up sold for a price that's not worth it. It's not worth it. Please don't. You're worth it. So am I.
Dear Mom, it has been 1 week that I have been an inpatient, and honestly, I feel great. I've had some really great therapists who have taught me a lot. I've taken up writing as something I try to do every single day. Even if I absolutely hate how it sounds, I find there's always something to take out of writing down how I feel. It turns out my purpose wasn't to be discovered in looking at the past, but rather searching for it within me. Writing has helped a lot with that. Some of my pieces I'm really proud of, honestly. Maybe one day I'll share them with other people. But for now, I'm just going to focus on what I have accomplished. I hope you're doing well too. Take care of yourself. I know some days get hard. I experience them too. But your well-being is always something to fight for. Love you lots, Jenna.
So thank you all for coming to my first ever performance. My first piece is called Ode to the Beauty of Pain, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Fear was the only thing that kept her in this familiar place. Always wondering what else might be out there. Where else she could leave her trace. But she never wandered, because she knew that home was safe. Held in the arms of imagined security girl inside always wondered who she might become. So she sang just one song, and she prayed for the right one to come along. And day after day, her voice grew more. She learned how to write and have a voice of her own. With each note, she blossomed, and her buds, they bloomed. She found love within herself, beneath all of that gloom. So she took all of her baggage and gave it a life of its own. Something worth more than just a comment. A gift she had that she had never known. So just play, don't stay low. You'll miss out on tomorrow's glow. So she finally found it after years of resistance. It wasn't about the searching. It was about going the distance. And still to this day, she owes it all to those moments. She sang that day long ago to help her through, to help her cope. But like all great songs, time must come to an end. And all of the words that she sung will be all that's left that she said. So she sang just one last song, and she begged